Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In today's video, we're diving into a truly explosive moment that's taken the royal family by storm. Queen Camilla, a woman who has fought to solidify her place within the monarchy, has found herself caught in a whirlwind of emotions after Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, was spotted wearing one of Princess Diana's most treasured heirlooms. This bold move has sent shockwaves through the palace, igniting a firestorm of reactions and raising questions about royal power dynamics. Stay tuned as we break down the significance of this moment and what it means for Camilla, Kate, and the future of the royal family. Let's get into it. Do you think Kate wearing Princess Diana's most treasured heirloom would cause tension within the royal family? Leave a 1 if you believe it's a meaningful gesture, or a 0 if you think it's just a coincidence. Don't forget to enjoy the video and hit that subscribe button for more support. Last night at the grandest royal party of the year, a special moment captured everyone's attention when Duchess Kate stepped out wearing the tiara most beloved by Princess Diana. While everyone had expected a quiet evening, that moment completely shifted the atmosphere. Kate in the sparkling tiara silenced the entire room, and instantly all eyes were on her. Was it just a piece of jewelry, or a powerful message filled with love and royal memories? This left many people pondering. The tiara was not just a beautiful accessory, it also evoked memories of a deeply meaningful past. When Duchess Kate entered, Diana's tiara not only made her look stunning, but also sparked powerful memories of the late princess. Kate's appearance in this tiara was not merely a fashion choice, it served as a reminder of Princess Diana's lasting influence and her indelible presence in royal history. As soon as Queen Camilla entered the room, she looked flawless in her own tiara. However, her gaze quickly landed on the tiara atop Kate's head. A brief moment of hesitation appeared in her steps, her smile fading, and it was only after that everyone could sense a shift in the atmosphere. Camilla tried to hide her emotions, but those nearby noticed that she was deeply moved. For the first time, the tiara wasn't just jewelry. It evoked memories of a past and a legacy of a woman she could never replace. This tiara is not only beautiful, but also carries with it a deeply emotional history. For those who understand royal traditions, they know that every piece of jewelry holds profound significance. This tiara, once belonging to Diana, is now more than just an ornamental item. It is a symbol of love, memory, and greatness. When Kate wore that tiara, everything suddenly became quiet, solemn, as if it conveyed a message that Camilla could not deny. For Camilla, that tiara was not just a simple piece of jewelry. It symbolized a relationship, a legacy that she could never have. When she noticed Diana's tiara on Kate's head, emotions surged within her. It was more than just a choice of adornment. That tiara was a clear sign of Kate's position within the royal family, and that reality made Camilla uncomfortable. Although she always maintained grace and elegance, it was undeniable that the tiara had stirred an inevitable confrontation within her. In the end, the tiara shone not only with its stunning diamonds, but also carried an unspoken message. It was a reflection of the past, of memories of Diana that no one could replace. For Camilla, this tiara was a profound message she could not respond to, as that legacy and love will always belong to Diana. When Kate wore the tiara, everything felt more intimate and personal than ever before. It was not just a piece of jewelry. It was a reminder of what has passed and of the things that will never change. The knot tiara is not just a sparkling piece of jewelry, but it also carries a deep and painful meaning. When Duchess Catherine wore this tiara, it was not just a symbol of royal beauty, but also a reminder of the unforgettable memories of Princess Diana. This tiara had once been Diana's favorite piece worn during some of her most memorable moments, and as Catherine donned it, the atmosphere around them seemed to grow heavier. It didn't just shine with sparkling diamonds, but also revived a past that many thought had been forgotten. For Queen Camilla, that tiara is a reminder of a role she was never allowed to step into. Though she has become queen consort, it's undeniable that the past between Diana and Charles still haunts her. When she saw Catherine wearing Diana's tiara, Camilla couldn't help but feel a deep discomfort. The tiara was not just jewelry, but a symbol of the greatness and love that Diana had once received. For Camilla, it was a painful message reminding her that no matter how much time passes, the public's affection will always remain with Diana. The knot tiara is not just a beautiful piece of royal jewelry, but it also carries the weight of a legacy. Many in the palace believe this tiara was Diana's invisible shield, making her strong even in her most difficult moments. When Catherine wore this tiara, it wasn't just a fashion choice. It was a reimagining of a story that has become embedded in the hearts of the public. For Camilla, seeing Catherine wear Diana's tiara might have felt like an unavoidable reminder that she would never inherit that legacy. When Catherine wore the tiara, it wasn't just the admiring gazes at her beauty, but also a profound sense of the connection the tiara symbolized. It evoked memories of Diana and what she had brought to the royal family. While Camilla may have the right to wear royal jewelry, the emotional bond Catherine shares with the public cannot be replicated. It's not just an accessory. That tiara is a story the public still cherishes, a story tied to the grace and affection that Diana created. So how did this tiara end up in the hands of Duchess Catherine? When Queen Elizabeth passed away, the palace announced that her private jewelry collection would be divided according to a strict royal procedure. Camilla, as queen consort, was given the first choice, but the knot tiara was not one she had the right to possess. It wasn't a personal favor, but a royal protocol. In this process, the selection of jewelry was determined by rank and status, and this special tiara was granted to Catherine. When Duchess Catherine stepped in and wore Diana's knot tiara, no one could have predicted that this tiara would not belong to Camilla, who was expected to be the one granted the royal jewelry. Regarded as a symbol of power and love, this tiara was not just an accessory, but a reimagining of a past tied to Diana. However, when the tiara was passed to Catherine, many in the palace were surprised. The unspoken connection between Queen Elizabeth and Catherine made this transfer even more significant. Perhaps the Queen wished to honor her daughter-in-law, but others believed this decision had been made long before Camilla began selecting her own royal jewelry. As soon as images of Catherine wearing Diana's beloved tiara were shared, the public immediately expressed their admiration. Many compared her to Diana, and some even believed she was a reflection of the late princess. The praise and comparisons were not only about her appearance, but also the spiritual connection Catherine conveyed. For Camilla, this was far from easy. After years of striving to be accepted by the public, seeing people honor another woman wearing the jewelry so closely tied to Diana was a great challenge. Though Camilla tried to project confidence, it was undeniable that a wave of hurt rose within her. Although Camilla stands at the highest rank in the royal family, Catherine's appearance in the tiara shifted the balance of power. Catherine wasn't just wearing a piece of jewelry, she earned the admiration and love of the public. People didn't just see a princess, but they felt the connection between Catherine and Diana. Meanwhile, Camilla, despite holding an official title, seemed to fade into the background. The tiara was not just an item. It symbolized a shift in influence within the royal family. Catherine had captured the public's heart while Camilla faced the challenge of maintaining her position. Camilla, unwilling to stay silent, reacted to this shift at the next royal event. She stepped out wearing a different tiara, the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a precious piece once beloved by Queen Elizabeth. This was Camilla's way of proving that she could still represent the stability and tradition of the royal heritage. However, even though she maintained her graceful demeanor and pride with this tiara, the public's attention remained elsewhere. Everyone's gaze was still on Catherine, who had captured the moment with Diana's tiara. Although the tiara Camilla wore still sparkled under the lights, the public's attention was not on it. People no longer discussed the value or beauty of the diamonds in Camilla's tiara. Instead, they remained fixated on the image of Catherine wearing Diana's tiara. This highlights that despite Camilla wearing valuable royal jewelry, the emotions and significance behind them could not compare to the tiara of Diana, a piece of jewelry that is intertwined with a story the public continues to cherish. The difference between Camilla and Catherine is not just about the jewelry, but also how each woman carries the royal legacy. Catherine didn't just wear the tiara, she embraced it and became an inseparable part of Diana's story. For Camilla, things seem more challenging because despite her power and title, Catherine has effortlessly earned the public's affection. This isn't just about the tiara, it's about the bond Catherine has forged with the people. When Duchess Catherine stepped in wearing Diana's beloved tiara, the world immediately responded with admiration and strong emotion. The public didn't just see Catherine wearing a sparkling royal accessory, but also felt a deep connection between her and Diana. This created a stark contrast with Camilla, who may also wear beautiful tiaras, but fails to evoke the same emotional connection as Catherine. Although Camilla holds a high position and official title, the moment Catherine wore that tiara showed that love and public admiration cannot always be measured by rank. For Camilla, seeing Catherine wear Diana's tiara may have brought deep pain. Despite her efforts to appear confident and assert her position, the public's attention was not on her. People continued to compare her to a woman who was no longer here, and this is perhaps what hurt Camilla the most. While she has earned the title of Queen Consort and possesses other magnificent tiaras, the emotional connection the public has with Catherine remains much stronger. In the royal family, it's not just beauty that matters, but strict rules about who can wear a tiara. Each tiara is not just jewelry, it carries the weight of tradition and power. When Catherine wore Diana's tiara, it was not just an acceptance of a royal accessory, but a statement of her role in the royal family. Royal protocols dictate that once a tiara is bestowed upon a royal woman, it belongs to her forever. This means that when Catherine received Diana's tiara, Camilla could never have it, not even once. This transfer was not just about power, but about emotion and the connection with the public. What do you think about this royal rule? Does Catherine wearing Diana's crown carry a deeper message about power and her connection with the public? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think it's a worthy gesture or a sign of shifting power within the royal family? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. When Catherine wore Diana's tiara, it wasn't just the sparkling diamonds, but the memories of a woman the public has never forgotten. Each time Catherine appeared with this tiara, she not only displayed elegance and beauty, but also inherited Diana's legacy. People didn't just see a beautiful tiara, they felt the spirit and heart of Diana through Catherine. That's why every time Catherine wears this tiara, the public senses Diana's strong presence as a continuation of the legacy she left behind. This shift is not just about the tiara or the jewelry, but about the recognition and affection the public has for these two women. While Camilla holds power and a title, it is undeniable that Catherine, with Diana's tiara, has won the hearts of the people. This highlights a change in influence and the significance of royal symbols. Camilla may have advanced far within the royal family, but Catherine has proven that status doesn't always compare to the love and admiration the public feels for an individual. Duchess Catherine, without saying a word, captured the hearts of the public when she wore Diana's tiara. It wasn't just a sparkling piece of jewelry, it evoked powerful emotions tied to an unforgettable past, and now it seems to belong to Catherine. The admiration the public has for her is not something she strives to earn. It is the result of her composure ability to maintain grace under pressure and her charitable work. Catherine not only inherits Diana's legacy, but also continues to build a deep connection with the public, a bond that Camilla has struggled to achieve. Although Camilla fought hard to secure her position beside King Charles, the public has not embraced her with the same warmth as they have Catherine. This became even more evident when Catherine wore Diana's tiara. While Camilla may wear a tiara just as magnificent, it doesn't evoke the same powerful emotions as when Catherine wears that one. This difference must have been painful, as despite Camilla's power and title, she still cannot earn the love and admiration that Catherine has. It's not just about the tiara. It's about how the world perceives these two women. The tiara is not just royal jewelry, but carries deep emotional power. Each tiara in the royal family has its own set of rules, with only those of high status allowed to wear them. Once a tiara is bestowed upon a royal woman, it stays with her for life. For Catherine, Diana's tiara is not only a beautiful piece of jewelry, but a symbol of love, sacrifice, and spiritual connection. In contrast, for Camilla, while she may wear other valuable tiaras, the affection the public has for Catherine cannot be replicated. The lover's knot tiara is not just a piece of jewelry, but a symbol of a broken love and an unforgettable legacy. First created in 1914, the tiara was selected by Queen Mary and later given to Princess Diana by Queen Elizabeth II as a wedding gift. Diana wore this tiara at important events and during some of the most challenging moments of her life. Though the tiara sparkled, it was also heavy and difficult to wear, much like the challenging life Diana faced within the royal family. Yet she wore it with grace, and over time this tiara became a symbol of her quiet strength. After Diana's passing, the tiara disappeared from the public eye as if it too carried the sorrow of her loss. However, in 2015, something unexpected happened when Duchess Catherine wore Diana's tiara. That moment shocked royal watchers, as if Diana returned not physically, but spiritually. Catherine wasn't just wearing a royal tiara. She revived the deep emotions and memories of Diana. For the public, this tiara wasn't just about style or the sparkle of diamonds. It was about the rebirth of Diana's spirit and legacy, making it all the more special and meaningful. Although Camilla holds the title of Queen Consort and power within the royal family, public acceptance is something she has yet to achieve to the extent Catherine has. She may have the tiara's estates and all the royal ceremonies, but the affection and admiration the public has for Catherine cannot be compared. Each time Catherine appears wearing Diana's tiara, the public doesn't just see her as a duchess, but as someone continuing Diana's legacy. This cannot be bought with rank or title. It is only the result of a genuine emotional connection, something Camilla will never have. When Duchess Catherine wore Diana's lover's knot tiara, it wasn't just the appearance of a sparkling royal accessory, but a deeply emotional moment. This tiara belonged not only to Diana, but also symbolized love and sacrifice. For the public, the tiara was not just an ornament, but a spiritual connection to the past. When Catherine wore it, people felt that she was not only carrying Diana's story, but also continuing her legacy. This tiara, though not the most expensive piece of jewelry, holds the deepest spiritual value, a part of royal history that only Catherine could continue. Although Camilla is queen consort and has the right to choose from the priceless heirlooms of Queen Elizabeth, the lover's knot tiara did not fall into her hands. This caused surprise within the palace, as many thought that Camilla, with her position, would be the first to receive such an item. However, the tiara was given to Duchess Catherine. This decision may have stemmed from Queen Elizabeth's emotional connection to Catherine, or from the quiet support of King Charles, who likely wanted the memory of his late wife to be preserved through his son's current wife. This was not just about power or titles, but about a deep emotional connection. Royal treasures are not just about the value of the items, but also about the stories and meanings behind them. Duchess Catherine has received many precious items from Queen Elizabeth's collection, such as brooches, necklaces, and accessories linked to Princess Margaret. However, the biggest difference is that emotionally valuable items like Diana's tiara were not passed to Camilla. This not only caused Camilla to be less in the spotlight, but also added a sense of disappointment. Despite enduring many challenges to earn her position as queen consort, when the moment to shine came, it was Catherine who stepped into the light, having captured the hearts of the public. Catherine didn't just wear Diana's tiara, she became the one to carry on Diana's legacy within the royal family. People didn't just see a tiara, they felt Diana's spirit and kindness through Catherine. The admiration for Catherine comes not just from her outer beauty, but from her grace and ability to remain composed under pressure. When Catherine wore that tiara, the public didn't just see a duchess, they saw Diana revived in a new generation, continuing to shine and bring sincere affection to everyone. Although Camilla holds official power and a grand tiara, the public's attention still doesn't focus on her in the same way it does on Catherine. Each time Catherine wears Diana's tiara, people don't just see a duchess. They feel a deep connection to an invaluable legacy. Camilla may wear precious royal tiaras, but it's undeniable that the public's affection for Catherine cannot be measured by power or title. That's why every time Catherine appears with this tiara, it tells an emotional story that no one can deny. The lover's knot tiara, though, just a piece of jewelry, carries with it a story full of emotion and history. Created in 1914 and originally intended for Queen Mary, it was passed down to Queen Elizabeth II and later gifted to Princess Diana. This tiara was not only a wedding gift, but became a symbol of Diana's strength and resilience during her difficult years within the royal family. And when Catherine wears this tiara, the public doesn't just see a beautiful duchess, they feel a powerful continuation of Diana's legacy, an irreplaceable presence in the hearts of the people. When Duchess Catherine wore Diana's lover's knot tiara, it wasn't just the appearance of a piece of jewelry, but an emotional moment. The natural way she wore the tiara, her composure and posture immediately reminded everyone of Princess Diana. Unlike someone trying to copy Diana's legacy, Catherine is truly continuing it, something that Camilla cannot do. While Camilla may wear dazzling jewelry, the lover's knot tiara with all its emotion will always be something she cannot reach. When Catherine wore this tiara, the public's reaction couldn't have been clearer. People began comparing Catherine to Diana, calling her the princess of the modern people, and even dubbing her Queen 2.0. This sentiment could deeply hurt Camilla, as despite her power and title as queen consort, Catherine's light seems to shine brighter. Camilla may wear other tiaras and attend grand events, but when Catherine wears Diana's tiara, all attention is on her. For many, this contrast is no coincidence. It's a silent rivalry between two royal women, and it's clear that Catherine has captured the world's attention. This piece of jewelry is not just a magnificent royal artifact, but also a powerful spiritual symbol. Diana's lover's knot tiara carries with it a deeply emotional and meaningful story. When Catherine wore this tiara, the public didn't just see a beautiful accessory. They felt Diana's spirit continuing to live through her. This isn't just about material value or the sparkle of diamonds. It's about the spiritual connection Catherine has built with the public. People didn't just see a duchess, but someone who is carrying on Diana's legacy. Although Camilla may hold power and a title, the sense of public recognition that Catherine enjoys seems to always be out of her reach. This event is not just about the tiara, it's a reflection of how the world perceives her. Catherine doesn't need to fight for the love and admiration of the public. She naturally earns it through her grace and virtue. While Camilla has struggled for years to gain acceptance, Catherine has obtained it all in just one moment. When Queen Elizabeth II passed away, her jewelry collection was carefully divided, following strict rules. Camilla, as queen consort, had the right to choose from the valuable items first. However, the lover's knot tiara did not go to her, but was instead given to Catherine. This not only surprised many, but also raised the question of whether this was a decision made by Queen Elizabeth before her passing, or if it was a choice quietly supported by King Charles. Those within the palace believe that Queen Elizabeth made this decision based on her strong affection for Catherine and her belief that Catherine was truly the one to continue Diana's legacy. Although Camilla spent many years proving herself and ultimately achieved the position of queen consort the moment Catherine wore the lover's knot tiara, the public turned away from Camilla. Despite Camilla holding power and a title, she could not capture the admiration of the public in the same way Catherine did. This event was not only a standout moment for Catherine, but also a significant shift in how the public perceives the two women within the royal family. For many, Catherine is now the new symbol of the monarchy, while Camilla seems to remain on the outside, unable to ever truly possess that affection. The moment Catherine wore Diana's tiara was not just a formal act, but a revival of Diana in a new generation. It wasn't just about the tiara or its material value, but about the emotions it evoked. Royal watchers didn't just see Catherine wearing a royal piece of jewelry, they felt Diana's presence through her. That emotion, that connection, is something Camilla can never achieve no matter how many precious tiaras she wears. What do you think about this surprising moment? Do you believe Kate's decision to wear Princess Diana's most cherished heirloom was a sign of respect or a subtle message to Camilla? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more royal drama. We'll see you in the next video with more juicy details.